Hey y'all, it's March the 1st, 2017, and you may not know this about me, but I like listening to people talk about stuff. I like that a lot. I like listening to debates and things and people who disagree, and they'll talk to each other about how much they disagree with each other. And I like that stuff. I don't know if I'm the only one out there who does. Um, Holler at me if you like that stuff. I was watching a debate just now, and it was between Steven Crowder. I don't know how many people out there know who he is from Louder with Crowder. And he was debating a mayor in Texas who happens to be a transgender mayor. I don't remember exactly what's the name of the mayor, but you could easily Google it. Transgender, a man who became a lady. And they were having a debate. The debate pretty much began with a topic that you probably heard of. About the transgenders and the bathrooms, alright? The whole transgenders and the bathrooms debate, alright? And the debate, it led more into a general, discrimination rights type of anti-discrimination laws type of debate, like in general, because this is becoming apparently a thing now. People are looking to be treated the way that they want to be treated. Alright. It got very, very complex. These two people were talking very, very, first of all, quickly, just trying to convince each other, or just, I don't know what exactly they were trying to do, but see, they disagree. Steven Crowder, he believes, people are just boys and girls. Right? I happen to agree with that, right, for the most part. And I know there's some in-betweens, and there's some hermaphrodites out there. I know this. But basically, male and female is the only kind of essence that human beings possess. Some people out there are aliens. They try to be aliens, and they say they're not a boy or a girl. Or maybe they're both at one time. And it's very confusing. All right, here's what I had to say about it. I pretty much agree with Steven Crowder. I don't so much agree with that one transgender mayor from out of Texas. Not at all. But the debate, to me, it went nowhere. It went nowhere. Because both sides were pretty articulate, for one. They both held their own. It wasn't a one-sided Tucker Carlson type of debate at all. And also, people like to go to science, right? They like to go to science to kind of convince people, that their argument is correct. And so on both sides, you have the conservative type, Steven Crowder type of argument that scientifically you're just a boy or a girl. However, this transgender man, he brought up the fact that there's scientific studies that show that there are differences, physical differences, such as in the brains of these transgender people. So they are different or whatever. And so at the end of this debate, both sides are pretty much going to agree to disagree, all right? Neither side is going to convince the other side in this debate at all, right? And at the same time, the debate is incredibly complex, very complex, all right? And so you might understand that here on this channel, here in this highly exclusive Facebook page, right? lots of times what we're going to do is keep it simple, all right? I know you probably heard of people debating about this sort of thing, and it's kind of stupid because it is so complex, all right? You made something that could have been simple, you made it complex. And you started debating about it, and it's going to be an endless debate till the end of time, right? There's no solution because you made it too complex. Right. Sometimes you just really got to keep things simple. Right. What I mean when I say that is this. Right. Transgender folks, they want to go into the bathroom of their choice, right? They want to go into the locker room of their choice. They want to be able to be considered a female or a male in like athletic competitions, and they want to be recognized, or they want to go with the gender that they think that they are, right? And in pretty much most of these cases, right, the transgender argument is this, and it's kind of a sound. It is kind of a sound argument in that the transgender argument is, well, why should you care what is the genitals between my legs, right? Because you're not seeing them, or something like that. Like it shouldn't be your business, basically. That's what the transgender argument is, that it should not be any of your business what kind of genitalia I got between my legs and stuff. That is not who I am in my brain. And in a way, it is a sound argument. It's because you really can't tell what's going on in that person's brain, right? You like to think that they're confused. I think they're confused, but I don't know, maybe I'm confused or whatever. The thing is, I'm not going to change my ways. I don't know if you could tell by the beard, but I'm a boy, right? So that's who I am, that's what I do. And that's what's going on in my brains. Maybe someday later on, maybe I'll realize I was confused. And then actually I was a lady the whole time. I don't know. You never know. But see, that is the argument. The transgender argument is, why should you care about the genitalia between my legs? Alright? See, then people debate against it. They debate for biology. They say there is only two genders, and I know what gender you are. Right? Like Steven Crowder, they start making a very complex argument they didn't have to. Because here's the thing. If the reasoning of the transgender person who wants acceptance, which is bad, by the way, tolerance is no good, but we'll talk about that in a second. If the transgender person, if they use that line of reasoning, you shouldn't care about the genitalia between the legs, then this should be a two-way street. The transgender person should not care about the genitalia between my legs at all. In fact, he should assume that he does not know what genitalia I have. You know what I'm saying? It would have to be a two-way street. Right? The thing is, the problem lies right there. The transgender person, for whatever reason, is extremely concerned about everybody else's genitalia. Period. Point blank, period. There's no way to argue against that. It is just that simple. Alright? The transgender person has to be absolutely concerned and consumed with what exactly is going on with my genitalia, and for that reason, the transgender person only wants to be around, you know what I'm saying? They only want to be around people, I guess, that they connect with, because they assume what kind of genitalia I have, right? They don't know. I might have a vagina up in here. They don't know. They shouldn't know. They shouldn't care, these transgenders. The problem is that the transgenders absolutely care what my genitalia is, or what her genitalia is, of course they care, because that's where the problem occurs. Do you understand what I'm saying here? I mean, it really is that simple. Here's the thing. The transgender is using discrimination. The transgender is discriminating against me because of my genitalia. Alright? And, you know what I'm saying? The dude who is a girl in his brain should come into the men's bathroom and should not be concerned at all with anybody's genitalia. Alright? So, I mean, that's the end of the argument. There's no more arguing. You cannot argue that. I dare you to argue it. I dare you to. Alright? So, that's the end of the. I think there's no reason that ever. And let me finish it by saying this: the transgender person is being very discriminatory, very discriminatory. But the thing is, I approve of that. I approve of the transgender's person to be discriminating, alright? I approve of everybody's right to discriminate. You should be able to discriminate against whoever you want to, for whatever reason. Alright? That's what's called freedom. That's what's called liberty. Alright? And in fact, tolerance is a terrible thing. It's an absolutely terrible thing, and we've been indoctrinated. We've been indoctrinated into it, all right, since we were little bitty babies. All right, tolerance is no good. Discrimination is good. The transgender folk, which is not a large percentage, are absolutely concerned with your genitalia. This is March the 1st, 2017, and I'll holler at y'all.